Hi, I'm Peaceful Nick the Medium. I'm an evidential medium specializing in helping people heal. I would like to talk about several things tonight. I will be talking about clairs. I will be talking about psychic versus mediumship. I'll be answering mediumship questions. I'll be talking about a lot of different subjects. Thank you all for joining me. I'm an evidential medium. I do want to say that I have several upcoming events. I have two major free events. One is Saturday, February 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That is a free introduction to mediumship development class via Zoom. All are welcome. You can register on my website to join that class. The second event is Monday evening, February 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That is a Zoom mini gallery reading. That means as many people who want to join can join, and I will be doing readings in a smaller group than here on social media. You can also register for that on my website. And you know where the website is all, in the bio. So please register for those events, and I will be giving a free class and free readings on Saturday and then again on Monday for the readings. So thank you to everyone who's joining. Welcome, welcome. I'm Peaceful Nick. I get a lot of questions about spirit guides, about clairs, and about what psychic versus mediumship is. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I also have private one-on-one readings. I have mini reading Mondays where I do 15-minute readings for only $35. That's a great way if you want a one-on-one reading and you don't want a gallery reading. It's a great way to get introduced to me as a medium and see how I work and see if mediumship's right for you to get a reading. I have full one-on-one readings. And right now I have a Valentine's Day coupon, buy one, get one completely free. So you buy one full reading, full price by the end of February, and you get a second full reading within the next 6 months for you or a friend completely free. That expires at the end of February. There's no coupon for that. You just book a full reading and then you get the second one free. I'll send you a coupon code via email. Hi, everyone who's joining. Lots of people coming in and out. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you have any questions, please let me know. I also have a 6-month beginner's mentorship starting March 16th. If you have any questions, you can email me, and I will send you a list of information about that. Thank you all. Hello, Wounded Womb. Hello. Hello to everyone who's joining. So I guess I'll start talking about what is the difference between psychic and mediumship. And if you have questions while I'm talking, please feel free to put them in the chat. What is psychic versus mediumship? Being psychic means I am connecting to you and your energy and your aura and reading information about you and what's going on in your life. Mediumship is when I connect to the third party, the spirit in the spirit world, who is a loved one you have lost in this life, and now they're on the other side. And I connect with them and I bring forward evidence to prove that life goes beyond this earthly realm. So that's the difference between psychic and mediumship. So if you're still here, click those likes so we can get in the algorithm and get lots of people on here and get some good questions. Thank you for everyone who's already clicking the like button. I appreciate that. So spirit guides is the other thing I get lots of questions about. I just posted a video yesterday on my YT channel, with the little red arrow. Please go subscribe there. I'll be doing a lot more lives over there. I just posted a free guide to your spirit guide video over there on YouTube. So feel free to watch that. And if you have any questions, hi, Brianna, feel free to ask me. You can also get a written free guide to your spirit guide with a link to another spirit guide video. If you go to my website and click get your free guide to your spirit guide, and then it'll come right to your email box. So spirit guides, I get a lot of questions about, can I find your spirit guide? I don't work like that. I don't think it's ethical to tell someone who their guide is. I can guide you to find your own guide. I get a lot of questions about what's my spirit guide's name. Honestly, guides, the names we have, like my main guide's name is George. And the guides we have, they don't really have a name we would recognize. I wouldn't say. Thank you for all the likes, and thank you for hello, everyone. Lots of spirit guide questions. Hi, Hedge Witchery. Lots of spirit guide questions. So I can guide you to help you find your spirit guide, but I'm not going to tell you your spirit guide's name. When I found my main two guides, they just said their name to me when I found them. Marianne, am I going to end up living in Florida? Well, I'll tell you this. I ended up living in Florida about 6 or 7 months ago, and it has not been the greatest experience. So I don't make psychic predictions because there's so many variables about something like that. Like, are you going to move? Are you going to be pregnant? Is this relationship going to work out? I don't make those kinds of predictions. I will say if you feel like it's the best move for you financially, emotionally, then you should do it. But if there's another person involved and you're like following someone there, I would maybe rethink that a little bit. But I don't make psychic predictions. You have to follow your instincts about things like that, right? Lola, like I was just saying about your guides, it's up to you to find your guide and get your messages. Hi, Heather. I'm glad you're intrigued. It's nice that you're here. So Lola, if you have found your guides, listen for them, quiet your mind, go into what we mediums call sitting in the power, where you quiet your mind, you move your mind to the spirit world, and you ask your guides to move close to you. For me, because I do mediumship all the time, so hi, Ale. I'm not sure who that is. Well, I'm glad you missed me. I think this may be one of my former students. This is for 18 and over, so just be aware of that. So anyway, as far as getting a message from your guides, you have to get that message yourself. You have to listen. You can ask them to come closer. For me, when all I have to do is think of my guide's name and say, George, that's his name. That's my main guide. I need your help with something. And there he is right there. But that's because we've built kind of a relationship over the years. I've been doing this for a long time. So, hello, Andrea. So, yeah, so that is, you have to go into a sitting in the power state to get your, if you want more information, there are videos on my YouTube page completely for free. You don't have to subscribe or pay. I mean, you can subscribe. That would be great. That helps get me in the algorithm. I am going to be doing a lot more lives over there. But you don't have to pay for the videos. Good evening, everyone. What else? So anyway, there's videos over there about talking to your spirit guide and finding your spirit guide and getting messages. It's under the Mediumship and Learning playlist, so you have to go to the playlist to find that and just kind of scroll through there. Repeating angel numbers count as messages from guides. Okay, so I get 1111 about 1,000 times a day. No, obviously I can't really get it that many times a day, but I get it a lot. There are different interpretations for repeating numbers. Sometimes our loved ones in spirit let us see those numbers in order to remind us of them. Sometimes our guides let us see those numbers to remind us, okay, everything's going to be okay. So there's different interpretations. So whatever you think of every time you see those numbers, that's who the message is coming from. And it's going to be different for everybody. Good evening, good evening. Okay, let's see. Hi, Mandy. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I have my blanket, my favorite blanket for when I do my readings. Heather said, I get messages, knowings, and feelings, signs, and synchronicities, I guess, but I don't know my guides by name. So if you want me to guide you one-on-one, this Saturday at 6 Eastern, I'm having a completely free mediumship class, and I will be talking about guides and things like that. So you can ask me back and forth on Zoom, specific questions, so we can talk back and forth to each other, and I can help you find your guide there. It would be harder here because, you got to wait for the chat and there's other people here. So, anyone who wants to join the free class, you can register on my website and just click it. It's for 18 and over. Remember that. If anyone's on here who's not 18, my YouTube is the same as, it's all in my bio, in my snip feed. I wish I did because our communication is wildly active. I'll do that and look through. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Hello, Ivana. UC444. Ale wants to know, can you contact anyone? Technically, yes. But morally, I can only contact people who you have had a relationship with, a loved one in spirit. For example, it's Heather, the class is Saturday. For example, people ask me to contact famous people in the world, and unless you had a personal relationship with that famous person, I am not going to contact them, because the point of mediumship is to prove to you that your loved one, their life has continued on past this earthly realm. If I contacted a famous person that you didn't know personally, then you couldn't validate any of the information, and I could Google it, right? I could Google stuff about Elvis or Michael Jackson or Kobe Bryant or, Princess Diana. Oh, thank you for that. I could Google that stuff and tell you all kinds of stuff and scam you and make money. Well, I don't believe in doing that. I believe in helping people and helping them heal and find peace when they lose a loved one. So I don't, I can contact anyone, probably. I mean, I can't remember a time when a spirit hasn't shown up. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I've been doing this a long time. But I would only do it if it was someone you knew personally. For example, when sometimes I'll do a reading. Oh, I lost my train of thought because Kathy, give me a thumbs up if you want to join. I've been seeing, Heather, I've been seeing things in my peripheral vision. Yes, it very likely could be spirit. I had that for a really long time before I became a medium and didn't understand what it was. Think about what you're thinking about and what you're doing when you see it, and just kind of take mental note of that. Not Kathy Girk, a different Kathy. Oh, I have so many good questions. I can connect to animals. Yes. Kathy Behrens, though, you should all follow her. She is, her specialty is connecting to animals, actually, and she's a medium. She also does private readings. Hi, Olivia. This is supposed to be for 18 and over. How do you betcha says, how do you bring peace to someone who has unalived themselves? I moved into a home with this. So know that the energy that you may be feeling in the home, first of all, everyone goes to the spirit world. It's one place. Nobody suffers in eternity for unaliving themselves. God or source, however you want to define it, is merciful and knows that if someone unalived themselves and went to those drastic measures, then they had probably serious mental health issues and should never be punished for that. And God wouldn't do that anyway. Let's see. Kathy, I see you going in and out. If you want to come on, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up or something, or write something. Okay, I have so many comments. I'm so happy. I'm just trying to go back through them. Stacy Needham, what does your dad do in the afterlife? People do all kinds of different things in the afterlife. You really don't have a physical body. You can manifest a body. And Ivory, same thing for you. You can manifest a body and do anything you want. If you want to play golf or whatever. Thank you, Carol Moore. Thank you. So everybody, you can join my free class Saturday. It's a free introduction to mediumship, or free live readings on Zoom on Monday. Both of those things are on my website. All you got to do is click and register, and I will send you a Zoom link. If you're coming to the Saturday class, I'll send you the Zoom link Saturday. If you're coming to the Monday free live mini readings, I'll send you the Zoom link Monday. Let's see. Yeah, so You Betcha says he's still here. I feel him. He has communicated with me. Yep. That's what happens. You're welcome. Saturday is the class. Monday is the readings. Saturday's class is at 6 p.m. Eastern. Monday's gallery free readings is 7 p.m. Eastern. It's all on my website. Candy, can you tell me if my health is getting better? I feel like I'm losing hope. All I'm hearing is medication. There's something wrong with your medication, or you took too much medication at one point, or there was something with your medication. Something's off with the medication. Ivory says, how do we find out? Like, talk to him and see what he does. Probably a one-on-one reading, or a little, I mean, there's just so many things. People are learning in spirit. Usually, if you really loved to do something on earth, you would like to do that in spirit, but it's just so different there. Lola, go on my website. You can follow the link in my bio, and it says free introductory to mediumship workshop on Saturday, February 10th. There's a 6-month mentorship. That's the paid one. You're free to join that as well. But the free one, there's no cost when you sign up, and it's for Saturday. That's the class. Let's see. Snickle Fritz. Are you able to tell if others have abilities? Usually, you know if you have abilities already if things like you've had precognitive dreams that have come true later, like soon after you had them. If you know this is the thing that I didn't know until I was almost 50 years old. I had claircognizance, which is a clear knowing, my whole life, and I had no idea that everybody didn't have the ability to know things ahead of time. So if you know things, if you know what somebody's going to say, if you know what somebody's going to do, if your instincts are always very, very, very accurate about other people, you very, very probably have abilities. I don't make a practice of connecting with someone to determine if they have abilities. People usually know. Everyone has some abilities. It's whether or not you're open to do it. Some people have it. I have a loved one in my life who has very strong abilities, and he said to me, I don't want to develop my abilities because I know I won't use them correctly right now, which is, not is ethical of him to know that. It's not, right for him to use them for bad things. Yes, Emerald, when you notice an angel number is what you're thinking of at the time significant, usually. If it's a pattern, say you see 333 and you're thinking of your grandma every time, or a song, a favorite song of a lost loved one comes on the radio every time you see that number, or yes, it's significant. If it's a pattern, just pay attention. Branwyn says, saw a toddler spirit. Whoa. Uh-oh, hold on. I don't know where the comment went. Hi, Angel Eyes. Okay. Branwyn. Saw a toddler spirit in home several times. Others say no such thing. It's dark entity thoughts. No, it's not a dark entity. I don't believe in any dark entities or evil spirits. I have seen dark gray or black colored entities in my homes several times in my life. Before I was a medium, I saw them. I have since asked to stop seeing them because it freaks me out. And it was broad daylight and so clear that I thought it was my husband walking through the room, and he was at the other end of the house the most memorable time. So I know it was real. There's no dark entities, in my opinion. There could be negative energy left over from a person, but not their spirit. If you've ever known someone who, when they walk in the room, they drain the energy, that's the kind of energy I'm talking about. That's from the human, not from the spirit. You're welcome, Lola. Amber, will Charlie live with me when he gets out? I don't do psychic predictions or relationship predictions like that. I would say think carefully before you invite him there, just as a human, motherly type advice. Hi, Kaz. Hi, Kelly. Thank you for following. Ivory, I'm taking antidepressants to heal and grieving tremendously. Will the class be beneficial? It can help you understand how mediumship works. if you are grieving a loved one and you think a reading will help, you can join my Monday night gallery as well. There will probably be too many people there for every single person to get a reading. But you can try. It's free, and you can see, how I work and things like that. Hi, Kenzie Sue. Thank you, Angelus. And I don't know if I said that right. Angles. Candy says, I always tell people I just have a knowing. Yes, that's called claircognizance. Kaz, I don't do love readings. I do not do love readings. What I'll tell you, and I'll tell everyone who is looking for the love of their life or lonely and needing companionship, especially this time of year, the best thing you can do is love yourself first. Heal yourself. Heal your own trauma. We are always looking to find someone to complete us, just like in Jerry Maguire. You complete me. We should never look for someone to complete us. I met my husband 29 years ago last month. We've been married for 28 years. And we were in our mid-20s, and we had a lot of healing to do. So that caused a lot of trips to therapy over the years for us, because we both didn't come together when we were healed. Miraculously, we went to lots of therapy and worked a lot of stuff out. Of course, nobody's perfect, but it would have been easier if we would have both been healed when we met, or at least more healed than we were when we met. So I would say, make sure you're healed before you get in any relationship. Make sure you're educationally, financially, and emotionally stable before you look for love, and make sure the other person is on that same trajectory. You don't want to get in a relationship where you're healed and you're stable and they need you to bring them up. That's a nightmare. You want to meet someone equally. Thank you, Kenzie. Good learning lesson coming into my mediumship. Great. If you want to join my free class Saturday, it's at 6 p.m. Eastern. You can register on my website. It's super easy. You just put you can just put your first name. I don't even need your last name and an email address, and I'll send you the link Saturday. Oh, a whole bunch of stuff just loaded. Sure ACD had a mini reading from you, Nick. It was so good. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. I do a lot of free readings and free classes. I like to help people. Hi, Samantha. I'm having a pretty good night. How are you? Amberly. Well, we don't have a physical body on the other side. So we really are just a ball of energy. So no, there won't be any of that. And there will be no judgment. Wouldn't that be nice if it were like that here? Joders. My dad and stepdad passed away, and did they reunite with my brother? Yes. So that's a great question. I get that a lot too. We are in soul groups or soul families, and you plan on what's going to happen, like a basic outline. Like if you've ever written an English paper, you have a basic outline of the things that are going to happen in your life and who's going to be in your life. And you'll come back repeatedly with the same people over and over again. It may be different relationships. You may be cousins, you may be married, you may be mother and daughter, you may be dad and daughter. I mean, the relationship's going to be different every time, usually. So when you pass away, you reunite, and then you make a new plan for if you want to come back. And, you know, all that stuff. Okay, Keisha, thank you. You can join my free gallery Monday, 7 p.m. Monday night. You can register on my website. If you have any problems registering on my website, it's been, I'll set it up and then it like does something weird. So if you have any problems, just email me. All the stuff's in the bio. Branwyn, you know that feeling. Yes. Yeah. Being an empath is a blessing and a curse. Hi, Destiny. Yeah, Maggie and Gracie, your parents' initials on license plates. You saw your dad's 3 days in a row. Yep. Yep. Let's see, I answered that. Anglies. I know what someone says before they say it, or before they say or do something. Yeah, and it's the same thing with text messages, phone calls. I have a couple of family members. It actually just happened right before I came on here. My niece, whose blanket this is, that I always keep with me when I do my readings. I was texting her and she's like, oh my God, I was just opening my phone to text you. Same thing. My sister, who I think is on here somewhere also, we always call each other or text each other like at the same exact time. Yeah, so it's a spiritual connection. Liz, hi, sweetheart. Liz has gone through 2 of my classes. Liz went through my beginners and my intermediate mediumship class. And Liz, I have my advanced class starting in the fall. If you think it's in October or November, if you're interested in that. Yeah, that's right, Liz. It's you letting them know, or it's them letting you know. I'm just catching up on. Kaz says, what readings do you do? I do evidential mediumship, which is when I connect with your loved one in spirit who's passed away, and I bring forth evidence that proves that they are still communicating from spirit and in existence. Things like, I have this whole notebook, these notebooks everywhere full of notes. Yesterday I was doing a live reading and this lady kept showing me ribbons, and they're strangers on the internet. She kept showing me ribbons, and my head hurt. And I was like, she's showing me these ribbons, and the lady's like, I don't know anything about ribbons. And I'm like, my head is killing me. Something was wrong with her head. And then towards the end of the reading, and this happens all the time when we do readings, people forget until later. And the lady had made necklaces with ribbons, with crystals hanging on ribbons or something hanging on ribbons. So that's why she kept showing me the ribbons. And the head was, she had Alzheimer's. And so that's why my head felt weird. So, let's see. Oh, Christopher, I don't do love readings. Hold on a second, Wounded Womb. Hi, Psychic Medium Steph. It's so nice to see you. Ivana, what does the number 444 mean? I mean, you can Google angel numbers, but it's going to be different for everybody. Yeah, DB, so I'm stuck with very young souls. Yeah, that happens sometimes. But that means they're there to teach you. Patience, usually. When I think of a loved one, Branwyn says, they always call. Yep. It's telepathy, it's connection with the loved one, all of those things. Yep. Claircognizance. And then I think I'm catching up. Hi, Angel Loving. I've been getting ready to start back up and doing readings again. Wonderful, Liz. Wonderful. I know it's been busy teacher life, right? Christopher, does Holly... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Does Holly want to see me again after our date? I don't make those types of predictions. There's so many variables. Caden, when someone from the spirit world communicates with you, do you hear a voice or a feeling? That's a great question. I have a variety of clairs. Now, when you learn about your clairs, you learn clairvoyance, which is seeing in your mind's eye or outside of your head. Clairaudience, which is hearing inside your head or hearing outside your head. Claircognizance, which is just a knowing, you know something. Those are the three main clairs I use. When I learned them, I would get one at a time during my readings when I was learning. But the more you do readings, for me anyway, a couple of the other mediums might want to chime in here, mine all blend together. So I can have a knowing, a seeing, and a hearing all simultaneously. And so I really can't decipher between them specifically because it's kind of, for me, like watching a movie. I can hear it. and I also get a lot of feeling, physical and emotional feelings. So clairsentience. So for me, that's how it works. It's all of them. I get a little tiny itty bitty bit of smelling and maybe once or twice tasting, but those are the least common ones I get, those types of clairs. Clairs are just all your regular senses that you have in life, using it for mediumship. So I have all of them just about, except for really very little smelling or tasting. Very little. Yeah. Thanks, Liz. Yeah, she says, I'll see images that go with thoughts and emotions. Yep. Yeah, Branwyn, that could be a message. It depends. Oh, I did not mean to click that. Are you part of a religion? Like, do you follow an organized religion? Or was this just totally random? You had surgery, girl. Yeah, that was me last year. I had surgery, moved. Yep. Yep. Okay, so Branwyn, just know that pay attention to if you hear it again or if that happens again. It could be a one-off. It could, I don't know you. I don't know what the context was. Were you dreaming? I don't know what may have happened the day before or the days leading up to that. So I'm not really, I don't think I could give an accurate interpretation of exactly what that is. So DB, great question. Can you connect with my dad? He was cold and aloof on this side. Has he transformed to a better soul? So the soul is always good. It's the human that's messed up. So the soul is fine. His soul would be great all the time. But as humans, we sign up for all kinds of struggles. Some of us more than others. And so his soul would not at all be cold or aloof. It would be very loving and very kind. But if I were to do a one-on-one reading, his personality would come through. Usually the personality comes through as part of the evidence. Not always, but it does happen quite often. I get a lot of personalities as part of the evidence. Branwen, do you know I have an angel on my spirit team? It doesn't surprise me. You had 2 NDEs. I actually just interviewed Billy Rubino, who's on TikTok, about his NDE. It's on my YouTube channel. It was just last week, and his story's kind of amazing. And if you'd like to email me and tell me about it, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. I've done, I think, 3 other NDE interviews. Yeah. Yep. Psychic medium stuff. I agree. Your awakening must be going boom. Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens. That's all of the people I've interviewed that have had NDEs. Their whole lives have changed. And it may not have been immediately, but it was a profound awakening for all of them. Sometimes it takes a little while. Hello, Grateful Leck. Thank you for all the likes and the follows. And while you're all here, I will remind everyone, Saturday, February 10th, 2 days from now, at 6 p.m. Eastern, I have a free Introduction to Mediumship class. It'll be about an hour and a half-ish, and it's on Zoom. You can register on my website. It says Introduction to Mediumship Development, and it's free, so you don't have to pay. And then Monday, I have a free gallery, mini readings, so you can join that also on my website. I also have a coupon for Valentine's Day if you want a full mediumship reading, one-on-one. If you buy one full reading, you get another one free within the next 6 months, but you have to book it by the end of February. There's not a coupon for it. As soon as you book a full reading for full price, you'll get I will immediately, within, an hour or 2, send you the coupon code for the free reading. And a mini reading Mondays. Those are $35 mini readings. It's great if you're new to mediumship and you just want to try it out and you don't want to spend a lot of money. Those happen on Mondays. Also, you can register on my website. Pretty much everything is on my website. Oh, really, Bran, when you were awake beforehand, but your clairs and experience. Yeah. Hi, Joshua S. Pendon. Evening, everyone. How do you know who is actually coming through? So, I am assuming you mean during a reading. So for me, I space my readings out so I have a break in between, usually 15 to 20 minutes between my readings. And before my first reading of every day, sometimes a spirit comes through early in the morning or the day before, and I tell them, you have to wait. You have to wait. And sometimes I've had them linger for a couple days. Excuse me. I get dry throat about this time. Sometimes they linger for a few days. But because I've done readings for so long, most of the time, right before I come in to sit down at my desk, they pop in my head. Sometimes it's when I'm walking up the stairs to my office. Sometimes it's when I go to the restroom. There they are, and it's usually right here on the side. I can see them. I can see what they look like. They'll say, I'll have a feeling male or female, or see them male or female. Sometimes they'll say aunt, mom, dad, grandpa, brother. I had one the other day. They said father, brother, son, and it was a reading for a family. He was the father of one of the people, the brother, and the son. So that made sense because this was one person for the whole family. Hello, Blanca. Yeah, Branwen, yeah. Thank you, Psychic Medium Steph. Yeah, that happens. Like, Branwen, you feel like you're not all here. Yeah, because our soul does not all inhabit our body. I don't know if anybody's told you that. We have an oversoul, and only a tiny bit of it is in our body. And actually, Billy that I interviewed last week, he said the same thing. He said he had a motorcycle crash. And feel free to go watch it on YouTube, and everybody subscribe over there because I'm going to do a lot of lives there. He said he felt like he was coherent and he was here for a while, but he wasn't here. Like, he was kind of halfway here. And I was explaining to him, your soul is in the spirit world or another dimension or realm, however you want to visualize it, and only a piece of it's in your body. So it makes sense that if you had this experience, your soul's like, ooh, I like it over there. So that makes sense. Grateful Eck. What prevents spirits from just giving their names? They're not prevented from giving their names. It's the medium sometimes. Me, for example, I rarely ever get a name. Rarely. When I get a name, I say it because I know it's important. I am terrible at names in my daily life. Like, I've been a teacher for like 20 years, and it takes me half a year to learn everybody's name. I'll remember their faces forever, but their name, it takes me forever. So that's part of me, my humanness, that I'm not good at names. So it makes sense for me that they're not going to give me a lot of names. That's just who I am as a person. I do occasionally get them. Some mediums, name, address, phone number, all kinds of crazy stuff. That's not my forte. So it's not that the spirit won't give it. It's that the medium, it's not in their database to understand it. You're welcome. There's a whole bunch of names. Not sure. Okay. I didn't ask for names. I don't know what happened. Miggy, I don't know why I'm so amazing. But thank you. I appreciate that. I had a rough day earlier today. My electronics were being weird. Oh, a shaman calls it a soul fracture. I didn't know that. And some people, I've heard the term walk-in. Yeah, you can ask a claircognizance question. Yes, of course. Yep. I've heard the term walk-in. I haven't experienced it personally, where someone has a near-death experience and the original soul they were born with goes to spirit. And a new soul comes in. So when I receive downloads or know things, who is it that gives it? Is it my higher self? Ooh, great question. So it could be your higher self, of course, because of your oversoul. It could be your guides. Could really be anyone from spirit, but probably your guides or your higher self. I like to think of the universe as a collective consciousness. So because for those of you who don't know, I'm a scientist. I have a bachelor's degree in biology and a master's degree in astronomy. So I think a lot about the energy of the universe and how the energy is connected throughout the universe. So I think that all of the information is available. Some people teach about the Akashic, hold on. Some people teach about the Akashic records, which is the metaphorical library in the spirit world. I think Blue Owl Wisdom, I think that's still her screen name on TikTok. She's an Akashic Records reader. I want to learn more about that actually. But basically it's like a library of everyone's past lives, future lives, all the information. But I feel like just like in our DNA, everything for our body is coded. I think the energy of our soul is coded in the spirit world, in the universe. And so I think we have access to all that information regardless of whether it's a spirit guide or your higher self. Danielle says, do you always know your guides or guardians in your mortal life? Well, I didn't know mine until I was almost 50 years old. I'm sure they were there guiding me. I just didn't know that that's what it was. It doesn't happen very often, but since a kid, I was just say it was the Holy Spirit. Yeah, so what's the Holy Spirit, right? The spirit world. It's just a label that religions put on the spirit world. A spirit from the spirit world. So, yeah. If you call it that, that's fine. Hi, Matt. Yeah. You need to learn how to control the clairvoyant movie clips. It can take a lot of energy if you don't have boundaries and training. That's why I like having this introduction workshop for free, because I've had students in my classes who really love mediumship and they're really good at mediumship, but they don't do the work it takes work. It's not something that you can just come to a class once a month or once every other week and just do readings there and then forget about it. You either are going to do it all the way and practice it, or you might as well not do it. So that's why I like to have the free workshop for people to say, oh, I'm in love with this. I want to take a full class. Or, yeah, that's cool and interesting, but I don't really want to take a full class about it. It's to try it out. My day's good. How are you? Boundaries are so important. Hi, Shell Bell. Welcome back. Pray instead. Jesus is the only way. I love Jesus. I got Jesus right here. I don't know why you think he's the only way. You want to get in a religious argument? I'm ready for that. Because I got some facts. Okay? Jesus didn't plan on starting a religion. So you need to know the difference. Read the actual New Testament. Tarot cards is against it. Oh, it's funny you say that. Thank you for mentioning that, because I forgot to show you guys my new tarot cards. Can you show me the original translation of the Bible and tell me where it says that? Yeah, be like him. You know what being like Jesus is? Thank you, Liz. Being like Jesus is loving everyone, helping everyone, understanding everyone, and not judging people. Yeah, okay. So, I'm in an ornery mood about that. So I think people are using religion to judge people and not to love people. Hi, Liz. Yeah, there's a story behind it, Liz. I'll tell you offline. Yeah. Perfecta. Okay. Oh, that's a great point. Branwyn says, I like to think Jesus was one of the first Reiki masters. So, hi, Donna Marie. Mandy said, I'm grabbing the popcorn. I can't go too deep into it, Mandy. But thank you for your support. So that's the thing. Jesus was a healer, right? He healed people by laying his hands on people, and that's what Reiki masters do. So what's the difference? Why is it that in churches today we can burn incense, but you're a witch if you're not in a church and you burn incense? Why is it in churches today we can have ritualistic prayers, but if somebody does it in their home, they're a witch or the devil? Why? Anybody explain that? Because of judgment and hypocrisy. Because churches want you to give them your money to keep them open. That's why. It's the devil if you're not doing it under their roof and giving them 10% of your income. So think about that. Because you're saying it's not in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Kendra. Yes, with mediumship, it all comes from God or the divine. Yep. Not in the name of Jesus. Jesus never said that, by the way. You need to follow Dan McClellan on here. Get some religious scholars and theologians. Oh, the King James is the worst. The King James is the worst. Yep, I got him right over here. See him there? And Mother Mary. But that doesn't mean the church is right about all the stuff they say. Okay. Thank you, Kendra, so much. I know I said that twice, but it deserves twice. Perfecta, there's a lot of different words for Jesus and God. And it doesn't really matter. It's the energy that matters. Oh, that's right, Branwyn. Anoint with oil, chant, pray to saints. Yes. All, yep. People crave power, Liz says, because they're sad deep down. Yes. Yes, Donna Marie, yes. Yes. Correct. Liz says Jesus was over a lot of people's heads and he wasn't the only one to teach enlightenment either. Correct. My brother-in-law, rest his soul, was a Methodist minister. And he said to me, many years before I was a medium, he said, think about how many times Jesus had to come here and die. Meaning, how many times did someone like Jesus incarnate on this earth, but nobody listened to him? Nobody heard his message. He could have been here 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and nobody heard his message. It doesn't have to be Jesus's message. All of the enlightened spiritual teachers from the past were saying the same thing. Love each other. Help each other. Do good for each other. I don't know why this is such a hard concept for people when someone is trying to do something positive and loving, but a religion gets mad at them and makes a decision to change the course of their life because the religion has a rule against the way this person is loving someone and helping someone. Something I just experienced very recently. Didn't do anything wrong. But the church didn't like how I was helping people. And to the horror of some folks, the Bible has some of the most effective spells. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff in the Bible. Yeah, people don't read it. They just listen to their preacher or priest. They just listen to that reading, that little tiny reading each week, and then they go on and talk about it. But read the whole Bible. Read the whole thing. And subscribe to Dan McClellan. He's amazing. And he's got a podcast called Data Over Dogma. Amazing. If you're like, I'm a biblical scholar nerd. Like, I'm not a biblical scholar, but I love hearing about it and reading about it. I love it. Perfecta. My dad came in a dream to let me know he was okay when he passed, but also told me he was taking your mom. Did she pass after that? Hi from Alvin, Texas. Wow, that's fascinating. So often when people are that, a spirit can't really take the life of another person. This may be something they planned prior to coming into this life. And that may be what he was conveying to you. Because it probably was a visit from him. And he may have just been saying, she's going to pass soon. So don't think he took her or caused her to pass. This probably was an agreement they made prior to coming here together. I read the Bible and I agree the church does do things the Bible goes against. Yep. Yeah, Branwyn, the Ethiopian Bible has extra books in it. Please, everyone follow Dan McClellan. He explains all of this. He's got a million videos. Not a million, but he's got a lot. He explains all this stuff so wonderfully. I think there's only one video I've seen. Now, I haven't seen every video, but I think there's one I've seen that I was not really in agreement with, but most of it. Yeah, McClellan. Dan McClellan. He's got a lot of followers. And his podcast on YouTube is Data Over Dogma. You're welcome. Okay. Ooh. No wonder I'm losing my voice. Everybody who watches me on lives knows an hour I max out. So, free class Saturday. You can register on my website, 6 p.m. Eastern, Introduction to Mediumship Development. Free mini readings Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a Zoom reading, one-on-one, 7 to 10 minute readings. Obviously, I won't get to everybody most likely, but it will be a chance for you to see me work one-on-one readings with people face-to-face. I have mini reading Mondays for only $35 if you want an individual reading. And it's inexpensive. So if you're just trying out mediumship, you can also register for that on my website. I have a coupon for the month of February. If you book a full reading, you get another full reading completely for free. There's no coupon for it. Once you book it, I'll send you the code for the free reading. What else do I have? Beginners Mediumship Development starts March 16th. That's a 6-month program once a month. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be doing a lot more lives and one-on-one readings or live readings over there and answering questions. I have tons of free information, free mediumship information there. You can get your free guide to my spirit guide on my website. And you just click the button, put in your email, and you can even use a fake email if you want. And you'll get your free guide to your spirit guide. I also have a new spirit guide video on YouTube. Yay, Branwen. Oh, I'm so glad. My class Saturday is 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And Monday are the readings. Yeah, that's what I do in the Perfecta. Yeah, I contact your loved ones in spirit in the readings. Yep. So Monday will be readings for you and your loved ones in spirit. Thank you for all the follows and all the likes and all the shares. I'm so good. Yay. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. You guys were a great audience tonight. I will repost this on YouTube. It'll probably go up Saturday. I always repost my lives. So if you forget anything I said, this will probably go up Saturday morning. And thank you to my sweet niece and sister who are on here somewhere. I love you guys, and thank you all for all of your support. And I will see you guys next time. Actually, Kathy was supposed to go live with me and do readings tonight, but she had an emergency. Thank you, Steph, for joining. She had an emergency, so next week, probably next Thursday, we'll go live together. I plan on being live every Thursday at this time and normally doing readings with Kathy. Yes, I do have... Yes, Brittany, yeah, it does just happen randomly sometimes. That's where boundaries come in. So thank you, everyone, and have a great night. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye.